Today I have a love themed card in honor of the upcoming Valentine's Day holiday. So it says "Be My Sweetie Pie," and it's got some special dazzles on here as well as some special pearls and papers and other elements. So please stay tuned to see how I made this card. So today I'll be working with the Sweetie Pie Dazzles, and here are all the images on this sheet. And as you can see, it's got a love and sweets theme. Lots of hearts and lots of cute little sweets. And we also have the 3-pack Tiny Flower Dazzles. And this comes with 3 Dazzle sheets, which is awesome. Each of these flower sheets has 64 flowers on them of varying sizes. So we've got about an inch wide flower down to about a ½ inch wide. And plenty of leaves to go along. These leaves count at 234, so you've got plenty of leaves to go with your flowers. Next we have the self-adhesive Want to Scrap pearls, and these are great because they last a long time. You've got plenty of each size, and they go with a lot of different things. We also have the red velvet paper pack. And let me just flip through that. It's got a really funky and fun color combo with the black, red, and green, and hints of brown and cream as well. And we also have the matching satin ribbons for the red velvet paper pack. So we've got papers, ribbons, pearls, and dazzles. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is use this Be My Sweetie Pie heart. So I've peeled that off, and I'm going to place it on the edge of my green paper here. And I want it to be right under the Be My, so that I'm going to back the sweetie with a different paper. So I'll just cut around the edge right here. Now that I've backed the top of the heart, I can go ahead and do the bottom. And then I'll do the middle. Alright, so I'm done backing my heart, and I've used this words paper to do the sweetie in the middle. Alright, I'm going to set that aside for now. So I've cut this 3.5 by 3 3/4 inch piece of this red and black dot. And so this is going to go here. But first I want to use my corner chomper to round the corners. So I just click that open. There's 2 adjustments on here. There's a ½ inch and a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do the ½ inch. So I simply place my corner against the guides and squeeze the handle. And voila, perfect rounded corners. I'm going to go ahead and do that with all 4 of my corners. And now I'm going to mat this on this dark dot paper right about there. So I'll just cut around. Now I can cut straight lines and then also use the corner chomper again for the corners. So I've got these pieces, I'm setting those aside. Now I have another rectangle. This is the green kind of flourish pattern, and this is about 4 3/4 inch wide. And I use the full length of the paper, which is about 6 inches. So this is going to go on my card, which is 5 inches wide, because I want that white border showing around the whole card. So I've already rounded the top 2 corners of the green section here, and I'm going to round at the end all the corners of the card. And I also have this piece of paper, which is the same width as the green, and I cut it about 3 1/4 inches tall. So I'm going to glue that along the bottom here. If you can kind of see, my card is going to have 2 patterns on it with this on top. But first I want to round the corners. So I'm going to round those, and I'm going to glue these down to the card. So now that that's done, I can go ahead and use my corner chomper once again on the ½ inch setting to round all of my card corners, since this is going to be a rounded card. Now I want to use these little bird dazzles here, and I'm going to do something a little unique with them. I'm going to back them with some of the excess sticker material of the dazzles. So in order to do that, I'm going to find the edge of this sheet that has the whitest margin here, and I'm going to peel off this little bird here. And see if I can fill him in with the sparkly green material. Alright, now I have my little boy bird and my little girl bird, and I backed the little hair bow with some of the circles of the flowers here, and then I backed the rest of her body with the red glitter. So those are going to go right here. And of course we need a heart to go in between them. So I'll choose one of the solid ones here. Perfect. Alright, so now I have foam taped this center mat on top of my card, and I'm ready to start adding some of my dazzles, pearls, and ribbon. So I'll go ahead and embellish it, and then I will be back. Alright, now I'm done with my card. So top is the same, but here on the bottom I have added these pearls, these red pearls, and I'll show you. I've just used the small ones, but I've used a whole row and a partial row here, so you've got all these to use as well. So I've just done 2 on the little banner and 3 on the ends of this green ribbon, which is part of the bundle. And I also have the red pearls centering each of these sparkly flowers. Now I've stacked the flowers because there's plenty of them to go around, and I've also added some of the shiny green pearl leaves behind them. Now, one piece of advice that I have is to put down your leaves first before you put down your flowers. So it takes a little bit of planning, but it's a little bit easier than trying to lift up your flower and tuck the leaves under, which is possible because I've done it, but it's just easier if you put the leaves down first. Alright, so that is my card. I hope you guys liked it, and please stay tuned for this week's savings bundle, and I'll see you again next week. First in today's savings bundle we have the Sweetie Pie Dazzles, and we do have a project idea on the front as well as instructions on the back on how to use these, and there's an image of all of the Dazzles on the front if you couldn't see them clearly enough here. But they have Be My Sweetie Pie and this big love heart are the major greetings, as well as little cupcakes and hearts and hanging banners and such. Some really cute images there. Then we have the 3-pack of tiny flower dazzles, and this comes with 3 sheets: a red glitter finish, a pink pearl finish, and a green pearl finish for the leaves. Together you have 128 flowers and 234 individual leaves. And again, on the package, here is the card idea, some ideas on how to stack and layer your flowers and your leaves, and on the back, some instructions. And we also have these Say It With Pearls self-adhesive pearls, and there are 72 total pearls in 3 different sizes. So you've got the large, the medium, and the small up here. And these are perfect for centering flowers, for putting on corners of labels, and anything you would want to have a nice touch of dimension and pearl, you can put those on. So we have also the red velvet paper pack, which is a 6x6 double-sided paper pack. It's got some instructions on the inside of how to use them and some project ideas. And here's just a quick look at the designs. Most of them are petite designs since it's a 6x6 paper pack, but there are some larger ones like this that have a really pretty embellishment. So we've got the reds and the greens, but we also have some brown and black and cream or ivory as well. And that's the red velvet 6x6 paper pack. Here's an image of all of the designs in the paper pack. And finally we have the red velvet satin ribbon set, which matches the red velvet products. So we've got the ribbons and the paper, we've got the pretty pearls, and we've got 2 packs of dazzles. And that's today's savings bundle. Thanks again for watching this week's Simply Ann. I'll see you again next week.